From the premier sports campus at Lakewood Ranch, it's the Nike International Friendlies, part of U.S. Soccer's Development Academy Winter Showcase. Lakewood Ranch just outside Bradenton. Good evening, everyone. I'm Mike Pepper. For the nightcap of day number one, it is the United States and Portugal. Getting started here in just a couple of moments. Here down in, as we mentioned, Bradenton. A nice cool evening, 74 degrees. Wind has died down for those who saw game one. Brazil beat Turkey 4-2 earlier tonight. And of course, as part of the Nike International Friendlies, it is a round robin, and Friday we'll see this Portugal team take on Brazil in the early match, and then the United States take on Turkey. And then on Sunday, the U.S. and Brazil will be the nightcap, which will follow Portugal and Turkey. Portugal should be an interesting start here, as Portugal tied up in traffic a little bit. So they are making their way out. The teams are making their way out. Of course, the U.S. will be wearing the white jerseys, white socks, and white shorts. They got the blue sleeves on the shoulders. Portugal from red from head to toe. We'll give you the lineups here in just a moment. You got the national anthem for both Portugal and the United States coming up. It is the Nike International Friendlies 2016 as they prepare for the 2017 World Cup next October in India. National anthem of the United States. National anthems here at Premier Sports Campus Stadium, Lakewood Ranch, Florida, as the teams shake hands, get ready. Your officials tonight: Fardad Dakho is your referee, Jeremy Weed, Adrian McDonald, your assistants on the side, and Joseph Dickerson is your fourth official. Starting lineups: first for Portugal, when you look at Montero's in net, he's wearing number 1. Left to right, on the right to left on the back, 2, 3, 4, 5 is Kone, Loureiro, Jallo, and Oliveira. Your holding midfielder is Alfonso Souza. Your other two midfielders, Bernardo Souza wears number 10, and Barro wears number 8. Embalo, you're up top on the number 7, wearing on the right side. Camacho wears 11 on the left, and Rodriguez, he's your top man in the number 9. For the United States, Justin Garces in net. Your right back, Jalen Lindsay, wears 2. James Sands wears 4. Arturo Vasquez 5, and Christopher Gloucester wears 3. Christopher Durkin is your holding midfielder. He wears 6, and then in the midfield, field. Io Akinola wears 7, Blaine Ferry 8, George Acosta 10, and Andrew Carlton 11. And Josh Sargent, the captain's armband, number 9 up top. These teams right now, the U.S., of course, with the Nike International Friendlies, is your winner 3 years ago. Portugal, their first appearance since 2013. And they're making the effort here. Of course, they were the 2012 winner, the U.S., the 2011 and 2013 winner. Earlier tonight, the teams had a very windy situation, a decision. It is a nice, cool evening, 74 degrees here in the Bradenton area at Lakewood Ranch. And we will honor, looks like a moment of silence in order for earlier today with the Chapecoense plane, the team from Brazil, unfortunately, the crash in Colombia. And that will honor that with a moment of silence here in just a moment. We did this in the earlier game as well with Brazil and Turkey, and of course soccer fans around the world and all people around the world saddened by the events, so we will honor this moment. So the U.S. looks like they will defend. Well, no, I take that back. Will they switch ends? I think they might, as a little confusion right now where it looks like Portugal is ready to switch sides. U.S., of course, in their huddle right now, taking a knee and preparing for the evening. And as we see that, the officials are checking out the field. Of course, we mentioned that the Nike Friendlies began in 2001 and 2008. U.S. Soccer Development Academy, the Winter Showcase, joined forces with the Friendlies. And, of course, the Winter Showcase is kind of sandwiched between the Nike Friendlies. The Nike Friendlies, International Friendlies, are on Wednesday, Friday, Sunday here at Lakewood Ranch. Tomorrow we'll have a couple of games. U.S. Soccer DA, you'll be able to follow that on their Facebook page as well. They will be tomorrow, Saturday, and Monday. We'll give you those times throughout the game tonight so you can check it all out. Facebook Live, YouTube, USsoccer.com. Portugal will go from left to right. For those who are trying to figure out exactly how the field configures here in Lakewood Ranch, the Bradenton area, Portugal will be going north to south, U.S. south to north. U.S. will kick it off and get started here. Still wrapping up as we are preparing. Just a couple minutes behind, but not too bad considering the traffic may have caused little problems with some of the start time, that is. Looks like for the United States on the ball will be George Acosta, ready to get us started here as we go. Of course, the UEFA qualifying for World Cup. As this one's headed as the U.S. tries to go long, chested down and put Portugal under pressure fast. The UEFA qualifying in May, the CONCACAF qualifying for the United States in April and May. U.S. has it. Be interesting to see how with the basically an 8-minute warm-up Portugal just had. Didn't even get back to the locker room. U.S. was out earlier. How that may affect either of these teams in either way. Early on, it is the U.S. now who comes away with possession at the left back, and that is Chris Gloucester. Garces will have it for the U.S. as they look to continue. First minute tonight. We'll try and get it wide out to Gloucester from his left back position. Running on to it and playing the ball back to the goalkeeper. Montero has to send it long. Right now they are looking at the clock perhaps as the official, of course, keeping it on. Those of you fortunate enough to watch on the internet right now will see the correct time. Ball sent across. Cleared out, but now it's in the area. U.S. has it. That's on the ball is George Acosta. And they'll try and tee it up. This one may go up, might be a corner kick, and it will be a corner kick for the U.S. as Andrew Carlton came on to try and place it on net, and that was blocked. So it will be a corner U.S. Carlton short, as well as Blaine Ferry. He's there with him. Portugal really only sending one out there with him, but now it's Ferry. Ferry. They'll play it back into Carlton on the 1-2, and he can't catch up with it before it goes over the goal line. Is a goal kick. U.S. pressuring high, and about to send it out. Here's Kone. Cannot keep it in bounds, and the U.S. pressure forces a throw in for the United States. Thrown in. That's Josh Sargent. Sargent tries to get it back out to Gloucester, but it's taken away there by Portugal. Pressure, though, inside. And the high pressure for the U.S. has resulted in offside, though, is Carlton, who had come back into a position that wasn't. Kone will have it. He's wearing the captain's armband for Portugal tonight. He's got a man there with him. That's Loureiro, who's one of his center backs. Portugal finds a little space with Barro. Barro up to midfield. U.S. comes away with it. Here's Carlton. Carlton tries to slot it in for Sargent outside his area and playing it out as Montero. Sargent couldn't quite get that as Montero had to come out of his box and was able to get to it before Josh Sargent. Gloucester has it, looking for some help. Chested in. Staying on side is Sargent. He'll cut it back onto the right foot. Now Carlton takes it in with the left foot. A little too close to the goalkeeper, Montero. U.S. Akinola, team's leading scorer here in 2016. Carlton now cut it in on the right foot, headed away by Portugal. First man to it's wearing white. Bad ball there by the United States, taken away by Portugal. Montero with a little time. Portugal insisting on bringing it out the back. They do. Finds their left back, Oliveira. But he's run off the ball. But the U.S. Ferry and Acosta can't connect. Barro. Here's Mbalo. Back to Barro. Kone up front for Barro. Barro on it. He's going to rip it. It's going to deflect and go on net. That one came off of Arturo Vazquez. Barro was trying to whip it across, maybe shooting it, but it ended up deflecting on net, and Garces was in position. Now a through ball, and it's going to roll underneath the foot for Akinola. Akinola's in the area, and he is taken down, and it will be a penalty kick. Akinola able to push the ball wide, and on the tackle, no ball by Jallo. And here's a good look at the replay. You can see Akinola, foot comes in, and he's taken down. And the United States here, just 6.5 minutes into this one, have a penalty kick. You line it up, it will be Andrew Carlton. Montero's on his line. Carlton looks to go with the right foot. He's been told to wait for the whistle. United States looking to take an early lead. Montero to go on the line. Carlton approaches from wide and goes to the opposite corner of Montero of the United States by courtesy of an Andrew Carlton penalty kick goal. Have a 1-0 lead, and it's the mannequin challenge. So the U.S. capitalizes on their first chance into the area. Akinola was an opportunity that rolled underneath the foot of one of the Portuguese defenders. And then Akinola able to go at the defender and earn the penalty, and Carlton made no mistake about it. Here's Barro. Garces will just send it long. Akinola. That one won, though, by Sousa, Alfonso Sousa, the holding midfielder for Portugal. That one sent upfield by Sands. James Sands looking for a little help on it. No one can get there. And it's back that way of the U.S. These two have combined to win this 3 times of the last 5 years. Last year's winner, England, not here this year. Brazil won it in 2014. The U.S. were your 2013-11 winners, and now a through ball here, and that will get poked back as that one rolls off the foot of Rodriguez. It was a nice through ball, but there was defenders there, but Rodriguez couldn't control it, and it rolls to Garces. So we mentioned the 11 and 13 winners of the U.S., and of course Portugal sandwiched in between there in 2012. Good work by the U.S. They'll slot through Akinola. He's behind it this time. The defender gets there. Jallo able to get there first. It sends it out of bounds. It'll be a throw in for the United States. Into the 10th minute, the U.S. leading on a 1-0 or one on the goal, the penalty kick goal, leading 1-0 by Carlton. Rodriguez is taken down. It will be a free kick, Portugal. Good switch by Portugal. A little bit of space now for Camacho wide. He'll step over, has a little help by Oliveira on the overlapping run, headed into the area. Sent high, it's not out. The U.S. keeps it from being a corner. Second ball, though, back to Camacho. Oliveira. And Camacho loses it. The United States with numbers, a 4v4, now a 5v4. If they want to go forward, slowing it down a little bit. Tough possession. Portugal with bodies behind the ball, and they'll take it away. Barro has it. Now Kone. It's done by Portugal, looking for a little help. That is Sousa. Now Barro. Kone's captain armband is rolling down around the forearm now. He'll have to adjust that. Barro has it. He's taken off the ball. Sousa, big tackle. He'll win it. Now up to Bernardo Sousa. Durkin for the U.S. now wide here to Gloucester. Vasquez and Sands work together. Good pressure by the U.S. Forces a turnover. Now into Sargent. Sargent with the room to turn. He'll try and get it out, and he's into the area. Tackled by Portugal, and they'll counter. Looking out for Camacho. Camacho with a little space, but he's slowed down a little bit. Still going forward. Switch it over to Barrow now. Ball falls to Kone. Barrow will send it into the area. Cleared away by the U.S. And some space now for George Acosta. 13 minutes have just about passed. The United States lead 1-0. Converting a penalty kick. Rodriguez comes in from behind on James Sands. Free kick will be United States way. So we mentioned 2016 here for the U.S. He is wrapping up with these Nike International Friendlies. The World Cup is in 2017 in October in India. But of course, U.S. Portugal teams still qualify for that. That'll be done mostly in the spring with these teams. Switch across, but pressured there. Jalen Lindsay able to get to it about the same time as did Oliveira. It will be a throw in the U.S. Lindsay looks long. Akinola off his chest and now sent up. Akinola in late. Giallo is down. We did hear the yell from here. He's up now, though. Akinola will at least get a word. Giallo is up. Akinola still getting a word. Io Akinola. But it was just a word. Here's Giallo. Good pressure by the U.S. forces him to go back to his keeper, Montero. Garces has to go long. Headed back by Barrow. It's still in play here. Now the U.S. trying to gain possession. They'll get it wide. Gloucester has it. Ball switched to cross. Got there first by Olivero. He heads it into Camacho. Does this one get all the way back to Garces? It does. Garces off his line and able to get there before Rodriguez. th minute here. Premier Sports Campus, Lakewood Ranch, which is just to the east of Bradenton in Florida, southwest central Florida. Nice move by Barrow up to Mbalo. Mbalo has it taken off of him by the tackle, but it will fall to Arturo or Alfonso Souza, but he'll lose it. Carlton, the game's goal scorer, gets it back from Acosta. Acosta found Carlton again over the top for Akinola. who was offside, but he held his run up, so we'll play on from here. Played up the wing. It is over the line. Throw in United States. U.S. in their all white, blue shoulders and sleeves. Or Portugal red from head to toe. Gradually lighter down to darker from head to toe, or shoulder to toe, that is. Little space, and U.S. with a little pressure in the back. You'll have an opportunity to start to bring it up on the far right side from the defender. Here's Sands. Akinola under pressure. He comes up with a loose ball. He'll able to threaten the defender. Tries to slot it in for Sargent. Sargent able to get there past it. And Josh Sargent off the inside of the post gives the United States a 2-0 lead in the 19th minute. Ayo Akinola finds the streaking striker, and he makes no mistake. Puts it in the back of the net. Akinola, Sargent in, and Montero was kind of caught in no man's land, and Sargent able to get to it and off the inside of the far post. And the United States find themselves ahead 2-0 now.
Goal scored for the United States in the 19th minute by number 9, Joshua Sargent. Assisted by number 7, Ayo Akinola.
Long ball headed away. Here's Garces. Under pressure, Garces has to go out with the left foot. Portugal seems to be turning up a little higher. Almost came away, and they did come away with a turnover towards midfield, but the U.S. able to come back away from it. Carlton will try and send it, and that's just going to go out to the outside of his foot. Played 20 minutes, United States, 2-0. Leading Portugal. Earlier today, Brazil beat Turkey 4-2. And a game that really featured chances galore. Brazil scoring 4, had another one off the post, had 2 or 3 great chances. Turkey scoring 2 and had 1 kicked off the line and 2 off the post. And a game that kind of got out of control late, or at least the score-wise. It was 3-2 until stoppage time. Turkey this time thwarted as they go towards the U.S. 18. They'll get the long ball again, though, in control of it. Kone will just use his goalkeeper, Montero. Alfonso Souza now getting help from Giallo. Olivero from the back. Here's Camacho. U.S. will pressure, and Montero had to use the left foot. That's not far out, so we'll see whether or not the U.S. they get the header, but Akinola can't go towards it. He is offside, so it will roll over the sideline. It'll be a throw-in for Portugal. That one over the head, and the United States will take possession, although perhaps a misplay here. And it does turn into a turnover. Portugal with numbers 4v3. They'll go at it. Here's Kone. Kone into the box. He's going to find Mbalo, and Mbalo will find the back of the net. The U.S. turns it over in their own half, and Portugal, able to make him pay for it, cuts the 2-goal deficit in half, 2-1, as we approach the halfway mark of the first 45. There's the goal scorer, Mbalo. As Kone able to feed it into him, Mbalo able to place it right into the far side. No much of a chance for Justin Garces at all.
Goal scored for Portugal in the 23rd minute by number 7, Mario Mbalo, assisted by number 2, Mamadou.
The U.S. now will test Montero. They'll go along, as looking to see if George Acosta maybe would catch the goalkeeper off his line. They did, 12 yards out, but easily controlled by Montero. Mbalo able to keep it from going out. Dances on the sideline. Rodriguez is called for a foul as he came up the back of the U.S. defender, Arturo Vazquez. Here's Sands. So in a game tonight that's really seen a couple of defensive miscues really punished by each team. Portugal had a miscue earlier. The U.S. able to convert that into a penalty kick on the breakaway. And Portugal right there on the U.S. turnover just misplaces. This will go off of Rodriguez. It'll be a throw in the U.S. Christopher Gloucester has to come back, but a little sloppy play by the United States, and Portugal came back with a great counterattack, 4v3. Here's Rodriguez. Be off the United States. It'll be a throw in Portugal. For those who have made the Nike International Friendlies the last few years here at Lakewood Ranch near Bradenton, notice the old stadium field, which is in the complex, with a brand new stadium field built. And it will be put to great use here over the next few days. This is the last game tonight, but tomorrow we'll have more, and the U.S. will turn it over again. This one at midfield, but the long ball this time taken. And they'll come down with possession, but they'll lose it in the third, only to have a saving tackle get it back for him. Carlton slots it into Akinola. He's onside. Io Akinola has some help on the back post running in late, but he has to slow it down just a bit. Portugal with plenty of shirts behind it, but a nice turn by Akinola. He's into the area. He'll cut it in, and now it's cleared away by Portugal. Barrow has it. Barrow will look to go forward. Here's Loureiro. And Acosta will be called for the foul on Barrow. As Barrow ties his shoe. Remind you too here that as that ball's played in, U.S. maybe looking away. And Camacho has, although now it's cleared away and over the sideline. Talking about many of those games to be played here on the stadium field over the next few days. Get those two in a second as we watch Portugal have to slow it down just a little bit. Here's Loureiro. Garces will have it. No pressure put upon him, but as I mentioned, the two games tonight. Tomorrow at noon, we'll see some of the featured game as part of U.S. Soccer Development Academy, the Winter Showcase. Lone Star SC Academy versus Sacramento Republic FC. These are the 17s and 18s. The U.S. Playing a little dangerous back there. Portugal, a lot of guys behind the ball. Now the U.S. has some numbers, but they'll lose it. And Portugal will take possession. And then at 2:30 tomorrow, the New York Red Bulls versus FC Dallas. Again, the 17 and 18s. It's on ussoccer.com, on YouTube channel, YouTube DA, and Facebook. DA, Portugal playing dangerously in the back. Now that will be taken, and Jallo runs into the back of the U.S. player, earn a throw in, but Jallo is the one down. Then here on Friday, Portugal and Brazil at 3:30. That's on ussoccer.com, on YouTube, US Soccer YouTube and Facebook. And that'll be followed at 7 by the USA and Turkey. Then we'll have more Development Academy games on Saturday. 15 and 16-year-olds, Weston FC and Vardar out of Michigan. Weston FC, of course, out of Florida. That's at noon. And at 2:15, Real Salt Lake of Arizona versus Atlanta United FC. We'll conclude the Nike International Friendlies on Sunday. A little earlier start here on that last day. 1:30 as Turkey and Portugal face off. At 5 o'clock will be the United States and Brazil. But we will have more Development Academy games. That's on Monday. New York City FC versus NYC FC versus Crew SC Academy Wolves out of Michigan. As Gloucester tries to push it forward, it goes out of bounds. That's at 9 a.m. on Monday. And then at 11:15, Seattle Sounders FC versus Crew SC Academy out of Ohio. So lots of great youth soccer that you can catch throughout. Akinola had to be running back, but it's loose now for Carlton. Carlton got the penalty kick goal earlier. And Carlton's into the area. He's got it on his left foot. He's going to slot it. It's off the keeper. Ball's still free. It's going to roll around. Acosta runs it down. Not a great ball in, but it's still loose. So the U.S. still looking to make him pay for it. Now it's going to roll free, and Portugal will bring it out of the back. And that's Alfonso Souza, who has a little space, but he's chased down by Sargent to slow it down. Camacho. And now Portugal will just keep possession. Coming up on the half-hour mark, and Mbalo, who scored for Portugal on it, he's going to look to cross it into Camacho. He's on to the left foot. Camacho looking to cut it back or maybe use his overlapping run. He does, and now we'll get poked on a toe poke in by Bernardo Sousa. Garces is up to the task to his left. There's another look at the opportunity. Souza, and really just got a poke in, had some pressure. Garces able to hang on to it. Here's Gloucester. And Botto is grabbed, and that will probably be a caution. It is. Andrew Carlton had kind of looped the arms around, slowed the play down. And when you pull the arms out like that, you'll see yellow just about every time. We're some white jerseys behind it, but it was certainly an opportunity for Portugal as you get a good look at Carlton.
Yellow card issued in the 31st minute, number 11, Andrew Carlton of the United States.
About 40 yards out, I would say, but close enough for the shaving can to come out, and the U.S. looks like they will put a two-man wall up as well. On it is Bernardo Sousa with the left foot, wearing number 10, and Alfonso Sousa, number 6, on the right foot. Portugal will send up their center backs. They'll threaten the top of the 18. The U.S. will drop it in. Left foot, Bernardo Sousa sends it in about the penalty spot, headed up. And now second ball, Carlton whiffs on it. Now it's still free, but it comes to the chest of Akinola. And he'll just send it long as he comes in. And I'm sure we'll at least get a talking to late is Mbalo on that. Mbalo came in late on Akinola. They're both up. No one's down. We're going to change the ball. It looks like Gloucester will get a tuck. I think Gloucester may have gone up a little high early. And perhaps they're both getting the word of enough of that. But between them, no caution. Free kick for the United States, and they will take it short and try and quickly move it up the field. Up to Acosta. George Acosta looking. Akinola, who will play it on. It's out wide to Jalen Lindsay. Lindsay onto the right foot, will curl in. Sargent's there. Didn't get it. It may have gone off. It was off of Sargent. Went over the top. And Josh Sargent missed an opportunity to get his second goal of the night. There's another look as Lindsay. Down, and there's Sargent. Marked by Lorero, but he couldn't get over it, and it goes into the stands. Long ball by Montero, and this one's going to roll through, but offside is Mbalo. I heard the whistle. Mbalo was going as that ball had played in, and don't know where the run was from, whether the touch or not. We'll see. It was flag came up early. Well, we can have that, but when that ball came in long, went out. It was a good thing Garces had come out and got his hand on it, but he's outside the area. It would have been interesting to see, but as the flag, as the whistle blew, it goes in. Carlton cuts inside. He comes up with the loose ball. They'll find Gloucester. Gloucester waiting for some help. Akinola can't get it, and it's headed back to his goalkeeper, Montero. (2-1), the United States lead. It's 34th minute here. Penalty kick goal in the 7th minute. U.S. in the 19th minute able to add another one. The Sargent found it. Now they're going to go long for Akinola. Io Akinola will bring it down off the chest. Now he'll cross it in. It doesn't clear the first man. Giallo, and he'll play it and start it out, but it's turned over by Portugal. The United States with the throw. Throw in for the United States. And Alfonso Souza, and well kept in by Montero. Souza just kind of flipped it on off the head. Montero had to come off his line, or at least come out of the center of the net just to keep that one from going out to being a corner kick. Acosta works well. 1-2 with Durkin. Now it's back out to Akinola. Durkin again. Akinola. Lindsay's wide with him if he gets it in, but Akinola into the area, but he'll lose it there. And Portugal looks to counter. Camacho. Now to Lorero. Here's Barro. Kone chested down and sent upfield. Carlton on Lorero. Lorero able to turn. Carlton pokes it away though. 3v4, not numbers, but the U.S. maybe on a 4v4 here as they get the fourth man in. Carlton will get it, and he'll shoot in a goal. Andrew Carlton caught the goalkeeper flat-footed, and the United States had their 2-goal lead restored. Definitely don't think Montero was expecting that. We'll see here as Carlton just there flat-footed. Not the best angle either. Certainly expecting his defender maybe to close it down a little bit, and the United States on a left-footed volley by Carlton have a 3-1 lead.
Goal scored for the United States in the 37th minute by number 11, Andrew Carlton. Goal assisted by number 10, George Acosta.
Well, the U.S. hoping to get back at this point, but the Portugal goes straight at him, and Camacho looking to see if they can catch him napping. They'll find into the area, Bernardo Souza, and that was deflect off, but Durkin is there to clear that one out. Slide it to the corner. Now ball in near post. Good tackle. And it will be a corner kick, as Oliveira had come up from his back position. And the U.S., after scoring their third goal, found themselves on their heels just a little bit as they'll face a corner kick. Be taken here by, I think, Rodriguez. That won't be Rodriguez, but on the far side, that will be Alfonso Souza, right foot. He's got Embalo out there to help him if he wants. They'll play it short. Embalo has Souza. Now they'll look to go on the right foot. Back post. It's headed up, and it bounces in the area, and it's going to go right to it. Portugal asking for a back pass, but it certainly didn't appear. Maybe shielding the ball. Did go off the foot of the U.S. defender. So you can see as it headed back in. And as that head, that certainly was not a back pass as it came off of Durkin. Now an opportunity again, Embalo. Slots it in. Now they'll try a back heel, and it does not work. And Lindsay comes out for the United States. Guerrero, along with Bernardo Souza. A couple of Portugal players look to be leg issues right now. And you wonder how much of that may have been to the shortened warm-up they had. But here's Akinola. Going to go in, and offside is Sargent. See a couple of them holding the shins, looking at their calves. The shortened warm-up was due to a bus arriving at about 6:45. Kickoff scheduled at 7. We got a couple minutes late started, but the U.S. had 2 goals in 20 minutes. Portugal able to answer back, but the third one by the U.S. as we've played 40 minutes. This one on the back post, and Gloucester able to clear it out. Portugal's had a few better opportunities over the last 15 minutes. Still haven't threatened in, except for the mistakes of the U.S. Here's Montero. And that one's a mistake by Kone. Carlton, who has 2 goals on the night, looks to cut inside. He does. Here's Acosta, who has some space, and his shot goes over the crossbar and over the stands, and it'll be a goal kick. The U.S. scoring 3 goals. Really haven't had a couple of other opportunities, but a lot of it played better possession to the U.S. And offside right now is Rodriguez. So Rodriguez couldn't hold his run. Sands now for the United States. Turnover for the U.S. and with the arm pull, here will be a caution to the United States again. Second one. This is George Acosta. As he and Blaine Ferry miscommunication, and Acosta has the second caution for the United States tonight.
Number 10, George Acosta of the United States.
Again, the ball about 40 yards out. Over the ball this time will be Alfonso Souza. A one-man wall. That's in the form of George Acosta. Portugal choosing not to send their bigs up along the line. They'll play it short along the back. Now sent wide to Camacho. Camacho still some individual work. Now it's on the left foot. He'll send it in. Save by Garces. That ball was touched on by Rodriguez, and Garces got it with his feet. Ball's still free, though, as Loureiro has it. Here's another look, though, at the replay. Good look at the center on Garces, and there he is. Got it down. Is Rodriguez able to play it on net? Here is, though, the opportunity as they're still free. Is Camacho now with it? Excuse me, that's Barro with it. Now Camacho. Taken away, though, by Lindsay. No, that's over there Akinola, who's back from the right back or midfield position, and he'll get it, and he's going to look long for Sargent. Sargent kind of racing along with Giallo. Sargent and Giallo are tied up. Loureiro comes over to help his center defender. And now Barro with it. Barro will try for Rodriguez, headed away by Sands. Wide to Gloucester. Touched over for Gloucester. Nice touch by Carlton. Gloucester one-on-one with the Souza. Souza tackles, and it will find its way over the touchline. It will be a throw-in, United States. Here in the final minute of the first half, we'll see what extra time does bring. Gloucester on the throw. Get it into Sargent on the bounce. He'll try and chest it to Ferry, and it's cleared away by Portugal. Rodriguez. Barro with some space. Barro will slot it into Camacho. Lindsay's there first, and Lindsay will slide and will go wide. And as we get the 45-minute mark that we're about to pass, we're in 4, and there will be 2 minutes of stoppage time. 2 minutes of stoppage time. U.S. leading 3-1, and now they have the ball. They'll look to counter against Portugal as they take it over. Those can see the 2 minutes on that clock as Carlton runs it down. Carlton, it's 2 minutes of extra time, but it could well be that's the guy who has 2 goals on the game as he has them. Here's Gloucester on the nice ball from Carlton. Sargent will rip it. He was looking for his second one, and it goes over the crossbar for a goal kick. Josh Sargent has a goal. Carlton has 2, but Sargent looking to equalize that. Doesn't get over the ball as goes about 5 yards over the crossbar. Now long ball by Montero. Akinola will challenge for it, and it's still free. Akinola does come away with it. Final minute of stoppage time. Final 2 minutes we are looking at, and this one will go all the way back to Montero. He'll roll it short to Bernardo Sousa. Portugal trailing 3-1. Out to Kone. And that tackle by Carlton goes off of Kone as it rolls over the sideline. Throw in for the United States. Gloucester. Carlton Carlton is taken down, but that is the whistle for half. So the United States, on the strength of 2 goals by Andrew Carlton, 1 by Josh Sargent, have a 3-1 lead after 45 minutes here at the Nike International Friendlies, the 2016 Nike International Friendlies, here at Lakewood Ranch, which is just outside Bradenton. Of course, it is the U.S. Soccer Development Academy's Winter Showcase. And we'll tell you more about that here in the second half, as we have a lot of action here throughout the next 5 days. But it's a 3-1 U.S. lead. We'll see you here for the second half. And welcome back to Premier Sports Campus here at Lakewood Ranch. Lakewood Ranch just east of Bradenton here in Central Florida, where the United States leads Portugal 3-1. And with a 3-1 lead, you may ask, how did we get there? Well, let's show you. Here the team's taking the field. A few minutes late tonight, but the U.S. able to get into it as taken down was Io Akinola in the penalty area. Little complaining by Portugal, but certainly no complaining by Carlton as he buries this one. And the United States able to take the 1-0 lead. Andrew Carlton and the rest of the United States go over, and a little quick mannequin challenge right there. Of course, I think that's impressive. I've been doing the mannequin challenge for 45 minutes now. Here is Josh Sargent able to slot it home, and the United States double their lead. Akinola, a great ball, caught Montero out, couldn't get there, but couldn't keep it out of the back of the net either as Josh Sargent goes over and celebrates. Looks like with maybe some family, and a good moment there for the young striker for the United States. But Portugal able to come back and gets a goal. Mbalo finds himself open a few yards out. The United States turned it over just inside midfield, and Portugal made him pay. That cut the lead 2-1. Then Andrew Carlton was whistled for the yellow card. Obviously the hug around the hips as Barrow had a little bit of a breakaway. Needed to do it in order to keep him out, and there's the yellow card. But what does Carlton do after he gets the yellow card? He'll sit there and basically catch Montero sleeping as he hits this off the half volley. One time that Montero certainly wasn't expecting it, and the United States able to take a 3-1 lead, and that is where they have taken it into the half. He goes into corner, celebrates with his teammates, and that is where we stand. 45 minutes are done, and the USA and Portugal, and of course this is day one of the round robin. Of course, I'll give you the Nike International Friendly schedule, and then we'll give you, because there's a lot of soccer. If you're making your way to Lakewood Ranch, if you are anywhere in the state of Florida and want to see some great youth soccer, it is the U.S. Soccer Development Academy Winter Showcase. Is the opportunity for players around the country. There is over 75 teams that will be represented, and there is a ton of fields. I think about 20 fields here at the complex where something will pretty much be going on at any of them. You can see a few in the background. This is the new stadium field for Lakewood Ranch Premier Sports Campus, as it was across the way beforehand and brand new. And like I said, it's going to get plenty of use. Today, earlier, Brazil beat Turkey 4-2 as they took it 3:30. Brazil had a 2-0 lead at the half. Turkey able to get one of those back before Brazil answered quickly to make it 3-1. And with that 3-1 lead, Turkey able to get a penalty kick in 3-2. Maybe had a slightly better of the play throughout the half, and we're always looking for the equalizer. But instead, it was Brazil who was able to find the stoppage time goal. And they are +2. Right now, they would be the leaders, despite the U.S. leading 3-1. If you look at it, Brazil has a +2, as does the United States in the standings. But with that goal differential, the fourth goal scored right now would put them ahead. Of course, the U.S. has only played a half, and Portugal will be looking to make their way back out. Again, the referees are ready to go. Some of the subs for the United States still going as well. But as we mentioned, it's a round-robin tournament. And on Friday, on Friday, it will be Portugal and Brazil will play at 3:30. And the United States will face Turkey at 7 p.m. Turkey, one of only 4 teams to beat the United States this year, who in 24 matchups have only lost 4 times. 16 wins. At their 26 match, and then 16 wins, 6 draws, and there are the 4 losses. The U.S. makes their way back onto the field. And then on Sunday at 1:30, it will be Turkey and Portugal, and at 5 o'clock. And those are earlier times, and they've been as slightly earlier on that last Sunday. The United States and Brazil will conclude the Nike International Friendlies, and at the end of the round robin, whichever team has the most points, 3 points for a win, 1 point for a draw, and then you start looking at goal differential if there is a tie. Of course, Brazil won it all 2 years ago. The United States 3 years ago won that. And by the way, a young player named Christian Pulisic was on that team. And the United States, one of the more memorable games as they concluded that game 4-1 against Brazil. as it ended for 5 minutes with one of the United States players on the ball, where Brazil just refused to challenge for it. But as we mentioned, it is the U.S. Soccer Development Academy's Winter Showcase, and it's pretty much sandwiched around these games. And on tomorrow, on Thursday, December 1st, it is Lone Star SC Academy out of Texas. They'll face Sacramento Republic, and that's the under-17s and 18s. That'll be at noon on ussoccer.com, the YouTube channel for DA, for the Development Academy, and Facebook. That'll be followed at 2:30 by New York Red Bulls and FC Dallas as well on all those same venues. And then on Saturday at noon, Weston FC Florida versus Vardar of Michigan. That is an under-15-16 matchup. That is at noon, and at 2:15, Real Salt Lake of Arizona versus Atlanta United FC. That's at 2:15. But there will be Monday action too. It'll be early, so if you're wanting to check it out, 9 a.m. on the East Coast, New York City, NYCFC versus Crew SC Academy out of Michigan, the Academy Wolves, and Seattle Sounders FC versus Crew FC SC Academy out of Ohio. That's at 11:15. So plenty of action, not just with the Nike International Friendlies, but with U.S. Soccer Development Academy's Winter Showcase. We are about ready for the second half, as Portugal on the ball, trailing 3-1 against the United States. Did not see any substitutions made for either team yet. We'll verify that as we get started. Portugal will send it long, and the United States will try, and they will unfortunately turn it over there at that point. It is taken by Barrow. Barrow has it in, looking to go down, and it's cleared out by Jalen Lindsay. Portugal, a little urgency to their run right now. Again, trailing by 2 goals after 45 minutes. Here is Portugal. Barrow, his pass goes away, looking for Kone. Kone able to poke it away from the U.S., and now he'll send it across the back post. Camacho will run it down. And Souza, Bernardo Souza has a loose ball coming in. He gets it to Alfonso Souza. Looking over the top and running down onto it is Sands. Make that Vasquez and Gloucester work. Now they'll look long for Sargent. Andrew Carlton, who does have a caution. George Acosta also has a caution for the United States. Both of them similar yellow cards, impeding the progress of a play, grabbing a hold of the player in front of him. Obviously not the last man, so no red card, but certainly yellow card offenses. Here's Oliveira. Plays it back to Camacho. Camacho tries to get it to Oliveira, but it's read by Lindsay. He steps in front of it, and now it is Durkin. Good touch there by Lindsay, and Durkin able to find Akinola. Io Akinola be on the back end of this if Sargent leaves it for him, and now Sargent has it. Sargent send it back. Acosta tries to curl it over to the far post and just puts it over the crossbar. So that opportunity not there for the U.S. But here's a good look at it as Sargent drops it back. I don't know if he is crossing or not. It's certainly enough on target, but trying to be precise with it. With maybe a couple men on the back is Acosta. Montero. Here's Akinola. Jallo. And the foul was whistled on Lindsay. Camacho will put it in play here for Portugal, or he would, but Akinola is trying to get him to push it back. As it is, it'd be at the feet of Camacho. Into Souza. One ball splits a couple of U.S. players, and now Brado looking to go wide. Not a good ball there as that one's taken away by Gloucester. Carlton has it. Carlton with a nice move, steps over. He's in behind the defense. Now he's into the area, run down, and now shoot it off the left foot and into the body of Montero. Long run by Carlton from his own half, and it was Souza, Bernardo Souza, or Alfonso Souza, was able to slow it down just enough to not allow him to do a lot more. Here is Oliveira. Rodriguez from his center forward position back. Durkin. Now Vasquez. Garces playing well outside his area. Finds Vasquez. Sargent will pressure Jallo enough to go back to his keeper, who sends it up midfield. Looking for the slotted ball, but it's taken away by Jallo. Cut inside, and now a long run. Onto the right foot, shot, save by Garces off the post. Jallo ran a long way from his back position and able to put it on net, side-footed it. Garces had to go down to his left and make it. There you can see Jallo from his own half. Basically a 70-yard run. Cuts it inside in front of the top of the area. Garces a hand on it, and then his best friend puts it right back to him, that in the form of the post. Akinola. As Jallo is down, Akinola came in. We'll see Jallo at a loud scream, but they'll say, and Akinola says he didn't touch him. Akinola is up, and it appeared the yell was a little more so than maybe because Jallo needed no attendance. Well, he'll look a little bit longer, but may as well have been just part of that 70-yard run, needing a little rest. Great run, but Akinola in and perhaps trying to earn a card. So Costa is taken down. Looks like Barro, one of the players here involved, or no, it is actually Bernardo Souza and George Acosta. Both of them will get a conversation, a one-on-one conversation with referee, shaking hands, and we'll move on. We got Alfonso Souza. Durkin plays it short. Garces is pressured, so he'll just send it high. Lindsay standing on the line, keeps it in bounds. Akinola. And now continue on. A little confusion there as Camacho had gotten a second ball, but it never went out. Ball still now free here. U.S. has it on the far side. Lindsay. Make that Gloucester who has it. He loses it. Opportunity here onto the left foot. Now the right foot cross cleared away. As Mbalo had an opportunity there. He had scored the goal earlier. There's a big hello everyone watching USsoccer.com, as well as the YouTube channel and Facebook Live. Sent across now. Montero. There's the United States now as Blaine Ferry will slot it into Sargent. Sargent's into the area. Sargent, left foot, his second. The United States leads 4-1. See Blaine Ferry pokes it in, and Sargent just goes again. Montero for the second time tonight, a little flat-footed, and he can't keep it out of the back of the net. Now the United States has a 4-1 lead against Portugal here in the 55th minute.
Goal scored for the United States in the 56th minute by number 9, Joshua Sargent, assisted by number 8, Blaine Ferry.
So Ferry will get the assist. Sargent gets his second, a couple of 2-goal scorers for the United States tonight, for Josh Sargent and Andrew Carlton.
What's up? Yeah.
Now it's through ball, now cleared away. Portugal will have the throw at midfield. Offside is Rodriguez. Is that the pressure by the United States, and you wonder sometimes what high pressure does. That's a perfect example of it. Is in the back, Loureiro was pressured and really had no time to play it. Rodriguez, who was in an offside position, and when that ball was sent up the field, he couldn't get back. So a lot of times when you're able to pressure up high, you may just force the turnover somewhere down the field. And the U.S. now has it. Lindsay, and he's offside on the far side. Couldn't hold his run back. That's Christopher Gloucester actually on that left side. Overlapping. Ended up overlapping everyone, including that last defender. Pressure again for the United States. And Gloucester just has to send it upfield. That will deflect off of Bernardo Sousa. Throw in for the United States.
This is the shot right here.
Good run here for Kone. He has some space. Kone for Portugal. Looking on the back post, no one's there. No communication there as Lindsay has to head it out, but he chases it down himself, and now he'll send it up midfield. No one from Portugal was behind him, but he didn't know that, so he just got rid of it. Another opportunity. This will go off of Akinola. It'll be a throw in for Portugal. Oliveira will take it. Nice move by Barrow, and he gets it back from Sousa. Barrow has an overlapping run. He'll give it to Kone. Kone tries to get it inside. It's cleared away by the United States, and great individual work by Barrow. Didn't end in an opportunity as a shot, but now he'll take a shot from distance, and it will deflect off the back of one of the U.S. players, and it'll be a corner kick for Portugal. They'll quickly send a couple of players out. We'll see if the U.S. can get out there to defend it in time. Enough to at least force Mbalo to figure out something different. Mbalo will send it back to Oliveira. He'll send it into the area. Not a good ball, but even a worse clearance by the United States, and Portugal comes away with it. May have deflected off the U.S., so Akinola will just send it high, keep it in bounds. Carlton drops it nice, and now a long ball through. Sargent running, but Montero well off his line, and he'll clear it out. But the header back into play, and onside is Carlton. But we'll see whether or not Acosta, he does not come up with it, and Bernardo Sousa. Looks like he wanted a confrontation, had a little space, but didn't like being clipped. There's Montero's ball in. Barrow. Barrow is grabbed. Be a free kick here for Portugal. Portugal set to make 4 substitutions. You see them all coming down on the sideline. We'll try and keep up with them for you as well. Off here is Kone. We'll see here. Off is Loureiro. Both are defenders. And off is Rodriguez. We missed one somewhere in there. We'll try and hook up you with those numbers. And there it is, 16 in for 10. Also off is Bernardo Sousa and 16. We'll try and get you those players that are in as we come along. That one's still in play now. Sent up the field, a throw in for Portugal. Another opportunity here for Portugal. This is one of the substitutes into the area. He'll take a right-footed shot. It's blocked. That's Leandro Campos wearing number 19. Now Carlton, he'll have it. That'll go. It did not deflect.
Leandro Campos, leaving the game, number 9, Thiago Rodriguez. Also entering the game, number 14, Baba Fernandez. Leaving the game.
We heard obviously Baba Fernandez is in for Loureiro.
Two additional substitutions for Portugal.
Headed away by the United States.
Entering the game, number 16, Enrique Josu. Leaving the game, number 10, Bernardo Sousa. Also entering the game is number 13, João Pereira. And leaving the game is number 2, Mamadou Kone.
And Fodera was in for Kone. Right now, though, it is Acosta stepping over, and they're going to look for Carlton on the far side. Carlton in. Carlton looks, shoots right at the keeper. Now taken down, it's still in free, and it's still in. Carlton, no foul on that rebound. The United States already with 1 penalty tonight. And Portugal on the counterattack. Mbalo has it taken off him. Now the United States on the far side. Sends it all the way across. Sargent is there. He'll drop it back. Carlton and a touch in. It's Akinola who puts goal number 5 on the board for the United States. Io Akinola from Andrew Carlton. And it's a 5-1 U.S. lead. See the long ball, great individual effort by Sargent and a great touch. Carlton going on net, just isn't able to do it, but Akinola a couple of players back, and there it is, the 5th goal for the U.S. The final sub for Portugal, Enrique Joku, is in for Bernardo Sousa, so we've kept you up to date on them, obviously a little belatedly. But you put a goal on the board for the United States between that time, and it's a 5-1 lead.
Apologies. Goal was scored for the United States in the 63rd minute by number 7, Io Akinola, and it was assisted by number 11.
And another turnover here as the United States looking to threaten forward. Josh Sargent with an opportunity, and that's cleared away. It'll be a corner kick. So night number one going well for the United States so far. We've played 64 minutes. Looks like the U.S. will be ready to make a couple of subs themselves. As Acosta runs over to take this, he's got Ferry helping him. But it'll be Blaine Ferry teeing this one up with the left foot, it appears. 3 U.S. players in front of the goalkeeper, Montero, but they're going to go out to the 18. That one chipped away. Not a good corner given the situation they had. They'd be trying something that just didn't work, but the U.S. able to run down the loose ball. Now Akinola with it. Looks like Portugal ready to make subs 5 and 6 as well. Now the free ball for Akinola. Akinola, though, has it taken off him, and Montero will look to come in. Rodrigo Conceição wears number 17. He'll make his way in, and Pedro Neto wears number 18. He'll make his way in as the U.S. whistle for offside on the far side. The United States will be making a couple of subs as well, as Brian Reynolds, who wears 17, and Timothy Weah, who wears 19, will be coming in. So the offsides will not allow these subs just yet. However, Portugal will look to restart action. Actually, the whistle has been let to come in. Both subs on the far side. Number 7 came off, Mbalo, who scored the goal. And also off is Camacho, Rafael Camacho. Conceição on for Camacho.
Substitutions in the 66th minute for Portugal. Entering the game, number 17, Rodrigo Conceição. Leaving the game, number 11, Rafael Camacho. Also entering the game for Portugal, number 18,
and Neto in.
Pedro Neto. Leaving the game, number 7, Umaro.
For the United States, Carlton is off, as is Akinola. Carlton has a couple of goals to his name tonight and an assist.
There are 2 substitutions for the United States in the 67th minute. Entering the game, number 19, Timothy Way. Leaving the game, number 11, Andrew Carlton. Also
So
entering the
Weah,
game, number 17, Brian Reynolds. And leaving the game is number 7.
now an
Io
opportunity
Akinola.
though here for Portugal as they send it into the area. This will push Josh Sargent back as the United States whistled for a foul. Sargent will drop back, and going up top will be Brian Reynolds. Reynolds Jr. on. So Portugal done with their subs tonight. The U.S. only used 2 of their 6. Portugal has used all 6. On the ball right now for Portugal is Alfonso Souza. Headed away by Weah, Timothy Weah. And that one's pushed over the end line. It'll be a goal kick. Timothy Weah, whose father, George Weah, was the FIFA Footballer of the Year in the late 90s. Plays his club team is PSG. Garces sends it up the field. They'll play it back to Montero. Loose ball here for Portugal. Of course, this U.S. team features 12 players who were on the roster last year. Carlton and Sargent both scored last year's competition, also 2 goals each here tonight's game. Akinola has added the 5th one. Here's Souza, Alfonso Souza, trying to slot it in. Neto, and a tackle. Neto able to get it in, and it's still free, and it goes to Garces. Portugal looking for a call. Do they think maybe it had gone off the hand of one of the players? And you can see the tackle in here, and a good work by Neto to keep it in. Don't know exactly what they were looking for. Now a tackle here. We'll see some issue. Barrow is wearing the captain's armband now. There's been some pushing and shoving going on already. And one of the substitutions for Portugal right now, getting a talking to, that's Campos. You can see coming in at that point, maybe the second time. Maybe not the original foul, certainly afterwards. It'll be a free kick, Portugal, off the hands. That'll be a kick for Portugal. Neto in. And as the pushing and shoving has become more prevalent, the calls are getting a little tighter. Referee perhaps wanting to make sure this doesn't get out of control. Here's Souza. Two-man wall for the United States. The rest of the line being held about the 18-yard box. The official, the referee, making sure there's no pushing and shoving. We've seen a lot of quick whistles, which probably deservedly so, because we've seen a little bit more pushing and shoving afterwards. This one's going to hang up. Garces is going to go to the back post. He'll punch it away. And then Blaine Ferry will just send it up towards midfield. U.S. just sends it upfield. Right now, the U.S. +4 in the goal differential. First place in the friendly. Still have about 18 minutes in stoppage time remaining in this one. Leading 5-1. Brazil won earlier today 4-2. Brazil will face Portugal in the first game on Friday. And the United States will face Turkey in the nightcap. And then on Sunday, as Durkin is taken down, free kick. At 1:30 will be the Turkey and Portugal and the United States and Brazil. The United States ready to make a couple more subs, it appears. They'll be taking the free kick now. And as that one goes over the sideline, maybe getting some more instruction from their coach, John Hackworth. Not quite ready to make the subs just yet. Ball is free. Portugal with possession. Opportunity now on the far side. Portugal looks to cross it in. Not a good cross headed away by the United States, but Barrow will run it down. Barrow tries to slot it in just a little bit past, and Garces will let it run over the inline. It will be a goal kick, United States. As the U.S. will make a sub. Garces is talking to right here. He just went to get a drink of water, but the U.S. is going to be making subs anyway. I think they're just making sure. Coming onto the field for the U.S. will be Rayshon McGann and Isaac Anking.
There are 2 substitutions for the United States.
Isaac Aking.
Minute. Entering the game, number 20, Isaac Anking. And leaving the game is number 10, George Acosta. Also entering the game is number 16, Rayshon McGann. And leaving the game is number 8, Blaine Berry.
So the U.S. subs have all been across the midfield. Aking. Throw in will be Portugal. Free throw in for Portugal. So the U.S. has made 4 of their subs, as we mentioned, all across the midfield, as Reynolds, Aking, McGann, and Weah are in. Ball sent into the area, off the knees. Portugal asking for handball, but that didn't seem to be that close. But they will get an opportunity here. Neto will line up a shot. McGann will lay out and block it. Looking for long. No one's there up front in a white shirt, so Portugal will reset at midfield. Far side. Ball sent in across, headed away by Vasquez. And as that one goes over, it'll be a goal kick, United States. Headed away. Here's Barrow. Headed away. Intercepted, taken away by Weah. Ball left short, and now sent back to the goalkeeper, Montero. Pressing forward is Reynolds. Reynolds goes around the defender, but it gets a foot in, takes it away, and now Portugal will look to create an opportunity. Trailing 5-1 here. We played 78 minutes. 90 minutes scheduled tonight. Ball free in the corner. It will be a goal kick, United States. McGann. Ball played out rather deftly there by Sands. Had to do it that way. Here's Weah. Portugal, as we mentioned, made all 6 of their subs so far. The United States only 4, still could make a couple. Here's Neto. Neto, good pressure, will force the ball off the United States. It'll be a throw in. And it will be a goal kick here. Isaac King. Good work there by Durkin. Now the ball into the corner. Pushed around. It's going to go just a little far. Montero is able to get that one. Barrow wearing the captain's armband now. Started with Kone, but he came out of the game, so Barrow's got it. For the United States, Josh Sargent has had the band on throughout the game. Good tackle by Weah. Neto still on it. Now he'll push that one over the sideline. Throw in United States into the 81st minute. United States again leading 5-1. Long ball switched across, a little space now for Reynolds. He'll wait for Durkin. Durkin with Gloucester. Now here's Reynolds into the area. Sargent will cut back. He'll try and get it to Sargent. Josh Sargent with the back heel has a hat trick here on the first night of the Nike International Friendlies. It's 6-1 USA. And that'll be Sargent's last touch of the night. It's goal number 3. Another look at it here as he comes in, and the left-footed back heel as he'll make way for Sergino Dest. So Dest on for Sargent. And it looks like Christopher Durkin will make his way for Carlos Asensio.
Goal scorer for the United States in the 82nd minute by number 9, Joshua Sargent.
So with that substitution, looks like the U.S. will make a couple of changes, moving Tim Weah up top. Dest will kind of move into the right side, and it appears Asensio will play the holding midfielder. But it's 6-1 USA, leading Portugal. And you wonder tonight how much this is. Portugal arriving late to the stadium.
In the 83rd minute, entering the game, number 15, Carlos Asensio. Leaving the game, number 6, Christopher Durkin. Also entering the game for the United States, number 13, Sergino Dest. And leaving the game, number 9, Joshua Sargent.
Portugal now just looking to get another one back on the board on the plus side. Will face an uphill challenge. They face Turkey. Excuse me, they face Brazil. And that's a nice touch, and that's off the post. That was a great opportunity by Campos on a ball that came in from 18, almost went top 90, but that goes off the post. That's the second time they've hit the post tonight. But you wonder again, as the thought leading into it. The other game would finish probably about 5:30, 5:15, 5:30. Opportunity here for the U.S. as McGann has it, top of the 18. He'll drop it back. And King has it now onto the right foot shot, and it will go wide. Opportunity there for the U.S. But to complete the thought, Portugal probably would have liked to have been here about 6 o'clock. Did not take the advice of many that said the hotel might be further away and there might be traffic. Instead, arriving here at the stadium at 6:45. Only a few minutes to get ready tonight. And you wonder, not so much on the win-loss situation, but maybe the margin of victory or defeat in this case had anything to do with that timing or not. You don't know. Portugal will be in the earlier game both times and maybe not have the same amount of traffic, and it would be a goal kick for the U.S. On a Friday afternoon, the Sunday obviously shouldn't be an issue, but you wonder how much of that came into place. Long ball looking forward. Maybe a turnover here for the U.S. Cramping, it appears, here by one of the calf cramp by Alfonso Sousa, who's been running from the midfield position all night. He's up now, but Portugal has used all 6 of their subs. That one will go over the goal line. It will be a goal kick. But certainly the U.S. has been the better team tonight. Portugal has hit the post a couple times, but the U.S. has had a couple of opportunities not go their way either. But they have found the back of the net 6 times. 3 of them by Josh Sargent, 2 by Andrew Carlton, 1 by Io Akinola. Quick touch. The United States looking to perhaps maybe add a little bit more. However, whistled for the foul. Chris Gloucester. Right now, Conceição has hurt his shoulder. He will get a little bit of assistance on the far side. As he gets assistance, well, mind you, the United States team, 26 international matches in 2016 coming in tonight, 16 wins, 6 draws, 4 losses. They will be 17-4-6, and one of those teams to beat them is Turkey, and they face Turkey coming up on Friday night. Romania, Mexico, and Panama are the other teams that did beat the U.S. Conceição is up. Get a little assistance on the far side. He'll have to walk off on that side, make his way in. That Turkey game was played back in January, though, a long time ago. The United States in Turkey fell 3-1. We'll be back here at the Premier Sports Campus tomorrow for U.S. Soccer Development Academy Winter Showcase. A couple of games earlier in the afternoon at noon and at 2:30. And then the Nike International Friendlies continue. Of course, Lakewood Ranch, which is just east of Bradenton here. Portugal looking to add one, trailing 6-1. Alfonso. And Souza on it. Still on it. That one will go over the line. It will be a throw-in. There will be 3 stoppage time minutes here at the Premier Sports Campus. And as mentioned, Lakewood Ranch, just east of Bradenton, about 20 minutes northeast of Sarasota, about 35 minutes southeast of Tampa. And now Portugal into the area. This one will cross, will be deflected, and Garces will cover up. As he covers up, he'll roll it short. McGann has a little bit of pressure on him. He'll use his man in the corner. And now Garces again, pressured. U.S. dangerous in their own third. However, good possession, still keeping it. And a good touch. Now a King also looking to run and slot. A King still has it, looking to go wide. Here's Jalen Lindsay now out wide to Dest. Look to cut it back. Lindsay has it. Possession by the U.S. been very good here. They kept it all the way from the back. They've held it for over a minute now. Now into the area, looking onto the left foot. Shot and a goal. That's number 7 for the United States. That one courtesy of Rayshawn McGann. And McGann has given the United States a 7-1 lead here in stoppage time. You can see McGann, great finish on the opportunity. Dipping far post.
Goal scored for the United States in the 92nd minute by number 16.
Ripped.
Rayshawn McGann, assisted by number 17, Brian Reynolds.
The assist goes to Brian Reynolds. United States on a long way. Will be tied with 3 points. However, they're +6 in goal differential. Brazil +2 after beating Turkey today 4-2. 14 goals in 2 games here at the Nike International Friendlies. More great action Friday and Sunday with the Friendlies, and of course U.S. Soccer Development Academy Winter Showcase tomorrow, Saturday, and Monday. Here's the United States coming away with the loose ball, and with that, the final whistle blows, and the United States have beaten Portugal tonight 7-1, taking advantage of a team that may have got them in here a little tired and not quite ready, but the U.S. buried them, and they continue to put it on, including goal in stoppage time, which has taken the sail out of this Portugal team tonight. So the Nike International Friendlies on day 1 have started with a bang. Since Army certainly ecstatic about the results as the players thank the referee, they thank the fans, and we thank you too, reminding you that you can watch The Development Academy Games, U.S. Soccer DA tomorrow on the Facebook channel, on the Facebook Live, on YouTube, and USsoccer.com. And, of course, our Nike International Friendlies will be back on Friday. Those same venues, USsoccer.com, YouTube channel, as well as Facebook Live. So a 7-1 win tonight puts the United States up front.
Gotta highlight the second half highlights.
And we will show you the highlights throughout. Here's a good look at the second half highlights, and there is an opportunity for the United States as Acosta just missed that. Of course, coming into the half, it was a 3-1 lead for the U.S. A great run here by Portugal, and what ended up being a great save by Garces may have made quite a bit of a difference, because Jallo basically ran 70 yards, found some space. Garces just a hand on it, played it out the post. May have made things a little bit different, but a Portugal team that arrived a little late to the stadium, was a little fatigued, and here's Josh Sargent adding his second of the game. That put the United States ahead 4-1. Giving them an opportunity as Sargent just came in, as a defender came in a little outside of the left foot. And again, Montero flat-footed, didn't get a lot on it. Sargent at that point in time, Carlton was able to get a shot off, right at the keeper. And now this one was a great goal here as Sargent dropped it back. Carlton didn't get all on it, but Akinola on the far side. What an effort by Sargent. And there's Akinola able to put home the sitter about 2 yards out. Gave the United States a 5-1 lead. And then the hat trick for Josh Sargent tonight. 6-1 lead. The United States seemed to have it. As we mentioned, that one save by Garces. It would have been 3-2. You don't know how much different it would have been, but certainly another opportunity. Here's a chance there, but it was, again, 6-1 at that point. Campos with a great opportunity just inside the penalty area. And here's Rayshawn McGann. Stoppage time and a dipping shot that many will see. That left foot just went up and down and tucked home underneath the crossbar. And the United States gave the fans here at the Premier Sports Campus in Lakewood Ranch, Florida, plenty of reason to cheer tonight. And they had the victory 7-1. The United States knocked off Portugal. We'll have more action again on Friday, but make sure you stick with us. But for everyone tonight, for all the crew that did such a great job in bringing everything to you, we appreciate it. We'll see you tomorrow for the Development Academy, U.S. Soccer Development Academy Winter Showcase, and then Friday for the Nike International Friendlies. Good night, everyone.